Hello everyone. Today we're going to take a look on the Viltrox 15mm f1.7, a lens designed for APS-C size sensors, which gives you a 22.5mm full-frame equivalent field of view. It's a part of Viltrox Air series, which means it's small, light and affordable, but still performs way better than you might expect. This lens has 12 elements in 10 groups, including ED glasses and high refractive index elements. With other words, it's a modern optical formula, and that shows in the results. It's a 58mm filter thread, comes with a lens hood, and it weighs just around 180 grams. The body is primarily made of plastic, which helps to reduce the weight, but it still has a metal lens mount and even USB-C port for firmware updates. I used it mostly on the Fujifilm XM5 and it fits perfect. It's a compact setup that you actually want to carry with you. I also tried it on other Fuji bodies and it sits just as nicely there. Whether you're shooting street, vlog or just casual stills, it doesn't feel front heavy or awkward. It's available for Fujifilm X mount, Sony E mount and Nikon Z mount. Build-wise, it's clearly a budget lens, but not in a bad way. The plastic feels solid. It's not weather sealed though, and there's no aperture ring, which might be a deal breaker for some picky Fuji shooters. Personally, I'm used to really prioritizing having an aperture ring, mostly because I like the way it looked. But to be perfectly honest here, I really never change the aperture mid-shoot. I usually set it once and then stick with it. On the XM5 though, which has limited dials, yes, an aperture ring would be nice, but for me it's not a big deal anymore. I could just use the thumb to change that. I much rather have Viltrox skip things like an aperture ring if that means we get a great optical performance instead, which we absolutely do here. The lens opens up to 1.7, which lets in a good amount of light. Perfect for low light situations or just getting a bit of subject separations, even with a wider focal length like 15mm. But what about the image quality? Well, it's impressive. It's sharp wide open, there's no noticing fringing and no major fall off in sharpness towards the edges. If you stop it down, of course, it gets even better, but the main point here is that you can use this lens wide open and still get a really clean result. Colors look great, contrast is solid, and the rendering is nice. It doesn't look too clinical, but it's not soft or vintage styled either. It's just work like a good lens. When it comes to autofocus, it's fast and reliable. Whether I was shooting stills or were doing some quick video test with eye detection and moving subjects, the lens kept up. It doesn't hunt, it doesn't pulse, and it tracks smoothly. Even as I moved towards the subject or around my subject, the focus stayed locked and reliable. And remember, I'm using Fujifilm, which isn't exactly famous for its amazing autofocus, so to say. So that's say something, I guess. The price is around $300 and for that you get a lot. I often talk about the triangle, where you have features, build quality and price. And usually say you can only pick two. But with this lens it feels like you're getting a solid balance without the price running away. Sure, it's not weather sealed and it lacks the aperture ring, but none of that matters when the image quality and the autofocus performance is as good as it is. Viltrox has reached a point where even their entry-level lenses perform, if I dare to say it, nearly as well as the Pro Batch lenses, at least optically, and that's impressive. So, to sum it up, here's what stands out. It's lightweight and compact. The f1.7 is great for low light shooting and it still has a sharp and clean image quality wide open. The autofocus is reliable It comes at a great value at $300. So, if you're looking for a compact wide-angle lens that doesn't cost a fortune, this one really delivers. It's perfect for street, travel, vlogging, or just having something light and fast on your camera for everyday use. If you got questions about this lens or want to share your experience, drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.